Don't try to butter me up. You can't butter up this biscuit.
That's it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan.
Starting at center, at 7'0" number 12, Andrew Bogut. At small forward, standing 6'8", number 40, Harrison Barnes. At the other forward position, at 6'6", number 9, Andre Iguodala. At shooting guard, 6 feet 7 inches, number 11, Klay Thompson. Starting at the other guard, at 6'3", number 30, Stephen Curry.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Looking at the last game for the Houston Rockets, it was a win against Phoenix. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
And I believe what that game came down to was their ability to really knock down those triples.
Yeah, I thought the work they did on the perimeter was excellent. It was just too much for that defense, or really any defense for that matter, to handle.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Ariza and Jones at the small and power forward. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Bogut slams it in.
Nice job clearing some space out. Under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 22-point game against Phoenix. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. 4 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Bogut. Gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Curry outside. That one dropped for his second bucket. Again, 2 for 4.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40. Mostly because he only took 3s, or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting 3s.
Boy, they've got them on their heels the way they've been running the ball up and down, right down their throat.
Yeah, some explosive plays we're seeing now in transition have really keyed this run.
And he gets it to go.
And, guys, I was a bit worried, but now we all know the rim doesn't have a lid on it.
Yeah, you could actually feel the tightness and tenseness with each miss. I'm actually glad to see they got that first one out of the way.
You guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. And did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed dignified young man, and just he has an air about it.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost. Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more Clark assertive on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Just call him the Beard. James Harden, not just iconic, but also entering the conversation for the best player in the NBA.
And speaking of Harden and being the best, he'd certainly tell you so. He referred to himself as the best all-around player in the league. What do you think?
And I think he's right in that category. A lot of people laughed him off when he said that, but he's been a legitimate MVP candidate. His defense has gotten better, and obviously his offensive game is off the charts.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Shot's good.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now, here's Brewer. 9 points last game out. Capella, the pass to Iguodala. It's Harden with the drive. That one bounces around and comes back out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Smith right side. Lets it go from 11. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
How nice was that alley-oop? Those two really have a good connection.
Yeah, read each other so well. It's a play I'm sure, Clark, they love to run.
And as a receiver, though, he doesn't necessarily feel the need to go for that monster finish. Just the nice little silky smooth layup. Already seizing control of this team.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And the